evening, everybody. Welcome back to the summertime Winepress version of the coffee stream. For continuity's sake, I'm still calling it the coffee stream. However, Winepress has returned. So, I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday. Happy 4th of July, of course, to my American subscribers. Happy Canada Day belated to my Canadian subscribers. I hope everybody had a good long weekend. I was away for the weekend hanging out with my family. So that's why there wasn't any streams or anything. So yeah, I hope everyone had a good weekend. This wine's actually pretty good. This is called the Don't Poke the Bear wine. It's actually pretty good. It's a very tasty wine. It's a red wine, but it's not like super sweet either. It's because I do not like white wine. It's too dry. Not too dry. It's too sweet. And I really like red wine, but I do like drier reds. So I hope everyone, as they trickle in, is having a good weekend and a good 4th of July. We're going to get right into things. I've got several disability stories today. The first story is not necessarily a disability story, but it is still probably going to get us angry. So let's get this window shared here. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that is sharing properly. And you can see the Apple News thing here that I have. So this story is from today, and it is titled Inside the Ontario Group Homes, Where Kids Were Called Paychecks. Yeesh, that's not a good look. In one home, a decayed ceiling crashed to the floor. Oh, good. That's what you want in a children's group home, a ceiling on the floor. In another, 2x4s were erected around a toddler's crib to prevent escape. Holy shit. Maybe it's time for the toddler not to be in a crib anymore. Electric outlets coming loose from a wall, foul-smelling bed sheets, water-damaged walls, mouse droppings in kitchen drawers. God damn. Or a rusted bathtub and rotten wooden stairs. These are snapshots of life inside Connor homes, according to images provided by former workers and Ontario inspection courts. Oh, boy. That's not a good look. Or inspection reports. For more than 45 years, the company has been a major player in the world of private foster care and group homes. So, as if the public foster care system wasn't shit enough, the private foster care system was supposed to be better. This is apparently what we get. We get group homes that aren't fit for squatters. We get unwashed bedding. We get toddlers who shouldn't be in cribs anymore because they're easily escaping the cribs, having 2x4s placed around the cribs instead of appropriate toddler beds, which can be easily procured at secondhand stores. You don't have to go brand new. This is private group homes. This is not a public thing. This is bad. Images from inside youth group residents owned. Bleh, sorry, let's try again. Images from inside youth residences owned by Connor Homes in Eastern Ontario, supplied by interviews, or sorry, but interviews with more than 2 dozen former workers, child welfare experts, ministry documents, and court filings tell the story of a private company that some former employees say placed profit over the care of vulnerable children. Experts in the field of group and foster care homes also cite the company's troubled history, which included a fire at one of its homes or residences in 2017 that killed 2 people. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. So these homes have already been cited for shambly living conditions, causing, like, that's negligence. Negligent homicide is, I believe, what that's called. And I can't stress enough that these are supposed to be private foster care group homes. Like, you would think that private care is supposed to be better, right? That's the myth about private care, right? That private care is better. But it really looks like neither system, neither public nor private foster care system is safe. Costin, welcome, sir. Welcome. Yeah, so it seems like it's a shit show no matter what system you go into as a foster child, which is terrifying. A Global News and APTN investigation discovered the key players behind Connor Holmes, Bob Connor, and his son Sean have amassed real estate assets under their own names and through their companies, estimated to be in excess of $10 million. So they're basically, because when you have foster kids, even as a private home, the government gives you a stipend for each foster child. So what it looks like here is these guys were literally just using these kids to collect the government checks, and they didn't care about the living conditions of the children, the safety of the children. Um, yeah, that's what this is seeming to show. The investigation found the company has also been accused of under under wait, what? Underpurporting, sorry, serious incidences in its homes, receiving poor inspection results, and recently surrendering its foster care license. Wow, that's huge. That Jesus Christ, that is I'm just kind of shocked here. Connor Holmes previously had its license consistently renewed for its first 4 decades of operation. So this is not an old or a new company. This is a 40, I think they said 45-year-old company. So this has been going on for a long time. And that's even worse. It's also a cautionary tale about how Ontario's child welfare system allows an operator with a history of regulatory problems to continue to operate. Global News and APTN are not identifying the locations of the group homes over privacy concerns for the kids in care. Yeah, that's just that's just common journalistic practice. There are roughly 100 private operations in the province. These Connor homes that I saw were in horrible shape, said a former worker who Global News is not identifying because of the workers' fear of appraisal. Um, yeah, if this is as big as it seems, I would be afraid as well of reprisal as a former employee speaking out. I would absolutely do it at request of anonymity because this seems like this almost seems like the plot to a Law and Order episode, right? Where there are people who worked at these nasty ass group homes and they're speaking out, and so the owners have them killed. Like that is straight up a Law and Order episode. It's oh man, this is straight up just right out of a Law and Order episode. Um okay, the roofs were disgusting, the electricity not working, water not working properly, the air and heat not working properly. That happened on a regular basis. In Ontario, children's aid societies are responsible for investigating reports of abuse or neglect of children and, when necessary, taking steps to protect them. They also are responsible. They also may take responsibility for children who may be too much for their parents. Whatever that means. Um. Okay. If a bed can't be found for a child within its own network of foster homes and children's aid society, can turn to a private company like Connor Homes. These companies are part of a $1.8 billion system. Jesus. That's a huge system. That is massive. This is a part of a $1.8 billion ecosystem, providing child protective services in the province, according to the latest provincial data. In some cases, former staff would alleged, that Connor Homes would keep kids as long as possible because of the price tag attached to them. The province funds children's aid societies, which in turn fund any private operator they place children with. Ding! I fucking called it. I called it. Fewer children can mean less revenue. Interviews with former workers and documents obtained by Global News and APTN raise allegations of hardships throughout Connor Homes. Limited food budgets, limited budgets for activities and Christmas presents, like extracurricular activities and Christmas presents, crumbling infrastructure, and low wages for staff, which means then the staff are angry and they're going to take it out on the kids. Wow. Like I said, the The foster care system in Ontario is fucking doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether it's the private or public. It's a shambles. The Connors also own another business, and it looks very different. The investigation uncovered a collection of upscale rental vacation properties owned by the Connor family. Primarily Bob Connor and his wife through a separate entity called Windswept. The company operates 3 bed and breakfasts and rents out 4 country cottages near Campbellford, Ontario, about 2 hours east of Toronto. Images on its website show pristine lots and cabins overlooking the Trent River. Some units include sweeping river views. Ooh. King size beds. Nice. Docks, king size beds, and hot tubs. 1 bed and breakfast advertised a themed room with leather exotic African decor and ensuite showers with towel warmers. Oh my. Another is housed on a private goddamn island, which vacationers can fucking fly to with their goddamn float planes because rich people suck. That's totally part of the article also. That's also part of the article, all of those expletives and rich people suck. Yeah, that's totally part of the article. Oh my god. Um so Jesus. Okay. Using property and corporate records, Global News was able to identify at least 18 properties owned by either Bob or Sean Connor or through their property company, blah, blah, blah. A global news and APTN analysis using market value estimates and property tax assessments from Ontario property place, blah, 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 show that they have a property value more of 10.5 million. When reached by reporters and at home in Eastern Ontario, Bob Connor declined to come to the door. His son Sean also declined the request for interview, basically citing confidentiality stuff. That looks very bad. Very, very bad for Mr. Connor and co. So that's our first story, and as I said, I'm not sure if I wouldn't say it counts as disability related, but it's still, you know, it's still, you know, what's it called? It's still important. So now we're gonna move on to our disabilities, our disability stuff. And some of these are gonna make us cringe and yell, and that's why I have the wine. All right, here we go. Oh, come on. Why did you not bring me back to StreamYard? So, YouTube apparently has decided that it's going to stop monetizing reaction channels. Um, so apparently, YouTube just doesn't want me to, like do YouTube. So I think I'm just gonna start going over to Twitch. So this is probably going to be our last full week over on YouTube. I've downloaded the Twitch Studio app for Mac. Um, so I'm probably going to be doing like just chatting streams for this and then game streams because YouTube clearly doesn't want to help its creators. And if I can start streaming every day over on Twitch and doing different things, hitting different times, getting more viewers, I might be able to get to actual partner and do something actually to help or bring in some extra money. So this is probably going to be I'm probably going to be switching over to Twitch next week. Just so you guys know. Straight just mail. Happy 4th of July. Okay. So this story made me giggle with its headline, so I wanted to share it with you. Where am I here? I want this headline. Where is it? Where is the stupid headline? I'm trying to find my actual article here. No, I'm not logging in. Go away. I just want to read your articles. Skip recommended. Yes. Thank you. God. Thank God that was there. I'm married to a wheelchair user. Stop asking questions about our sex life. Oh my God. The amount of times I have been asked how I have sex, even though the only thing that's wrong with me is my fucking eyes don't work. Okay, maybe that's not the only thing that's wrong with me. The only thing that's physically wrong with me is that my eyes don't work and that my back's a little fucked up. But still, I get asked how I have sex. And it's crazy. Anyway, pause. Yes, pause. Fuck off. Okay, let's get to this main body. This is a very badly coded website about for disability stuff, just so you guys know. A man whose wife has a disability has revealed the most absurd questions people continuously ask him, including if he has a thing for people in wheelchairs. Ah, yes. Pincalo's been told that he's a hero for being with me. It's pretty gross. Complete strangers insist on asking John and Jade Reynolds prying questions, both online and in real life, about the most intimate details of their relationship. Jade, 32, was diagnosed with acute transverse myelitis of her spine, or spinal cord, sorry, when she was 12 years old. Oh dear. And I have been brought to the top of the page again. Well, that's very unhelpful. Where are we? Where the hell did we go? John, 33. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Acute transverse myelitis is a very rare condition, and Jade was told she had more chance of winning the lottery than getting this. I hate when people say shit like that. Like, that's so unhelpful. It's so rare you have more chance of winning the lottery. Well, fucking thanks. Should I go get a ticket today, Doc? That's like, seriously. Why do people say dumb shit like that? Meanwhile, the happily married young wife from Preston, Lancashire in England says she is regularly asked if she can have kids, even if she is a mother of two. She even also admitted once that a stranger asked if they could touch her leg to see if she could feel it. Okay, that's creepy. I've had people ask me to touch my eyes in front of them, but I've never had people ask me if they could touch my eyes. That's really creepy. Shit like that. John, 33, listed the common questions he has asked about his wife in a video on TikTok, including whether they have sex and whether she can be a good mom. The now viral clip has racked up 4.7 million views as of Monday afternoon. TikTok embed. Can I play this here? You gonna let me play it? I just want to. Yes, watch it. Oh, fucking. It's a TikTok. Oh, he's got. He doesn't have any. Damn it. He doesn't have any text to speech. That sucks. Who on you? It's not very accessible. Husband of a disabled person. Tut, 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 tut. Let's see. Share that stream, folks. And like I said, this is probably going to be the last week on YouTube because YouTube has decided to throttle reaction channels and not monetize them. So live streams will probably be going up to Twitch, and I'll be making VODs and stuff, putting them up on YouTube because I downloaded the Twitch Studio app for my computer. So the chatting and the gaming streams will be over on Twitch starting next week. Okay, next story. Another disability story. All right. Let's get this shared. Share screen. Chrome tab. Okay. So I read a bit of this story, and I'm not sure if I'm just a heartless bitch or if I just should be right in not feeling too badly for this person. Okay, here we go. Let me get to the headline here. Disabled man had to sell late wife's Star Wars collection to pay the bills. Yes, lots of people have to sell their late spouse's collections to pay the bills. Doesn't matter whether they're disabled or not. That's normal. This makes me a little bit annoyed already. hearing that headline because there are plenty of people who are very, very able bodied who have no choice but to sell a late spouse's like collectibles to pay a bill or um, even pay for part of the funeral. Like, this is not new. I grabbed this story because I wanted to see what kind of bullshit I was going to read. A disabled man is having to sell his late wife's possession in order to keep his head above water as inflation bites. Jason Alcock says he is struggling to make ends meet amid the cost of living crisis hitting people up and down the country. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry your wife passed away. I'm very sorry, but like this is not a disability thing. The 51-year-old from Stoke-on-Trent. Yes, Stoke-on-Trent lives with autism, ADHD, and bipolar disorder conditions, which make finding work extremely difficult. I'm sorry, less difficult than for being a blind person, and I'm sure you could work from home. If you take your meds properly, there's no reason for you to not be able to work from home. That sorry. You need that's crap. With the price of everyday goods rising unmatched at levels unmatched in 40 years, he is faced with making heartbreaking decisions to pay the bills. Is there a reason you didn't look for like remote jobs first? Because post pandemic, that's pretty damn easy. Or at least even a part time job like at night doing stocking shelves so you don't have to interact with as many people. Like, I'm sorry, you're not physically disabled. And I know plenty of people with all three of those conditions. And as long as you take your meds and go to therapy, there's no reason why you can't work. So, what's the extra stuff you're not telling the newspaper? Are you not taking your meds? Are you not in therapy? Because that's one of those are two of the biggest reasons why you wouldn't get a job if you had a mental health issue. um His wife Paula died in 2018 after being diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Okay, it's 2022 now. And yeah, I mean, I'm sorry that he lost his wife, but there was a lot of things that he could have done first before selling his wife's stuff and then crying to the newspaper about how hard it is to be disabled and look at me, poor me, I had to sell my wife's stuff. Oh, excuse me. Jason has resorted to raising funds from treasured items she left behind to stay afloat. Again, why are you not looking for remote work? Why are you not looking for night shift work where like you could be stocking shelves and I don't know, listening to music to keep yourself focused or like there's plenty of things that people with your conditions could do. You just have to like actually try to do them. I know, I mean. He said, I've worked out that I've sold 8,000 pounds worth of stuff in the last 3 years to survive. Dude, you didn't even try. You just immediately started selling her shit. Yeah, that's a you problem. I'm sorry. Paula had a Star Wars collection. She used to do a lot of crafts. All those kinds of things were where old phones, her old phones and tablets and everything like that. It's all been sold. A lot of the things I would have had to love to have saved, they would have meant something to me, have been sold. Obviously, you know what, dude? Obviously, they didn't mean enough for you to get off your ass and actually try. Because there are people begging for employees everywhere in Western Europe, in North America. Like, this is crap. I don't feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm at the point now where I've got nothing else to sell. Yeah, that would be because you didn't try to go to work first. This guy reminds me of a guy I used to know who used to say he was too angry to work. That was his excuse. He was on disability because he was angry. Literally, that's it. He was too angry. Pincolo even tried to get him a job where he would have had like physical activity pretty much all day, hand bombing boxes and like all sorts of stuff to get all that pent up energy out. And he's like, "No, man. No, man. I'm good." And then he would turn around and bitch about how he had no money. Meanwhile, blew it all in the first day he got his check and then was going to the food bank for the rest of the month. And relying on everybody like after the first weekend to supply his weed and shit. Like that's what this guy reminds me of. Seriously. This guy, like, oh, my wife died. She's no longer providing for me. So instead of like getting a job at a Tesco's overnight, restocking shelves so that I don't have to worry about interacting with people and like causing myself anxiety with my ADHD and my bipolar and all this shit. I'm just gonna sit at home and sell off her shit and then bitch about having no more money when I sell everything off and cry about how the benefits system sucks. And you know what? Yeah, it does. But it's people like you that make it suck more because governments don't want to have to pay people like you. So they end up fucking over people like me who actually need it. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for that. That's awesome of you to do all of that. That's very helpful. It's super helpful that people like you do that shit. It makes us, all of us, just everything just so much easier for everybody. Life is just great. You're not one of the major reasons why disability benefits are so fucking low. No, 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 no. It's not that. It's all because the government just hates disabled people. I'm sorry, but like that narrative is crap. Like, do they understand our situation? No. They got a lot of the government doesn't. But do they outright hate us? No. It is a majorly people like that person I just described to you, who I don't talk to anymore. Those motherfuckers who get on disability and ruin it for the rest of us who actually need it. The people like Ginger Potato who watches the streams, the people like Ryan, the people like me, the people like Sons or not like the blind people in my chats, the people in wheelchairs, like the people who actually need the fucking benefits. That is the big reason why our benefit threshold is so low, is because of assholes like that. That's why. It's not because the government wants to kill disabled people through poverty. It's not because, like they want us to just, oh, we can't afford to live, so we may as well unalive ourselves. No, that is not the master plan. I'm sorry. We're not that special. I hate to break it to you all. We as people, like, we're not that special. We're like really not. And what the biggest issue is, the two biggest issues is a lack of understanding and us being lumped in with the lazy fraud. I've been watching too many First Amendment auditor troll videos with Pincalo. The fraud committing motherfuckers who ruin it for the rest of us. Those two reasons are why we get so low benefits. I hate this economic eugenics crap that I hear. It's nonsense. There are a lot of things to get, wound up about, right? You don't need to make things up like economic eugenics and social eugenics through, all of this nonsense. Like, that's just not necessary. Okay, we're gonna read more disability pride stuff. Today, we're going to learn from House Digest some easy ways to make your home accessible in case, you have lots of people that require that visiting you. Like maybe Ranting Monkey is coming over or something frequently, or I don't know, Suit Yourself has come from Australia to visit you. I don't know. Maybe you've got a string of people in wheelchairs that flock to your home. But anyway, in case you do, here are some easy ways to make your home accessible. If I can find the article body of this thing. But who knows? Because fucking internet stuff sucks. Are you gonna paywall me? Oh, okay. It's put all the copyright shit at the top. So this is from House Digest. Easy ways to increase the accessibility of your home for people with disabilities. So, this is from July 3rd, so yesterday. If you aren't faced with a disability, chances are you haven't given accessibility much thought, especially when it comes to your home. Well, no shit! If you're not disabled and you don't have disabled family or friends, why the hell would you think about that shit? Like, what? Why would you think about that shit? There's no reason. Like, unless you have direct, like, a direct reason. Say you have a kid who's disabled, or a spouse, or a very close relative that visits quite often, or maybe you have a very good friend that visits quite often. Other than that, there is no reason why anyone would be like looking around their home and going, you know, this is really inaccessible and I need to fix that. Like, what the? Nobody's gonna think about that. Especially when it comes to your, oh, okay, sorry. Going up and down the stairs or reaching the upper cabinets may not be a challenge for you. However, according to Mobility Magazine, 61 million people in the United States have a disability, and the majority of that 26% live in the South. This means that 1 in 4 people in the US require special features or modifications to, sorry, um, sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. So, access in the home, and unfortunately, not every home is equipped with these features. Okay, no, you're right. Not every home is equipped with accessibility features. But I'm betting you that a good percentage of the 26% of those disabled people's homes have some sort of adaptation, or they live in an apartment because they can't afford a home that has those adaptations. Like, I don't understand what the problem is here. Um, Blakester. The other reason he doesn't have enough money is he probably didn't ask enough for the collectibles. That's true. He probably didn't know the value of them. Where am I here? While your home may not already be accessible, and nor should it be if you have nobody who's disabled that visits you, two people with disabilities, sorry, if your home is not already accessible to people with disabilities, don't panic, because there are tons of people whose homes are inaccessible to people with disabilities right now who have no disability or disabled people in their lives, and they've just gone, oh, shit, my home is completely inaccessible to people with disabilities. Fuck. What do I do? Thank God there's an article in House Digest to help me figure this out. Upgrading your home to accommodate people with disabilities is completely doable. There are several modifications to increase a home accessibility, and we've compiled a list of easy ways to do it. Oh, thank you, House Digest. You have just saved a lot of people a huge amount of panic. Because there were a bunch of people who have never even met a disabled person, and they've just, they were probably like about to go to bed, because or they're in the south, so they're about an hour, maybe 2 hours behind. So they're having some after dinner tea, maybe they're watching a show on Netflix, and they've just turned to their husband or wife and they've gone, honey, you know I've thought of something. We don't know any disabled people, but just in case, just in case, we really should get a stair lift or a ramp. Maybe we should have a grabber in the umbrella stand, um, just in case somebody in a wheelchair comes by and they need to reach something up high. Like we really should, honey. Like this is detrimental. Like I know we don't even know anybody who's disabled, but what if, honey? What if? I think I'm gonna call and get those like that really expensive stair lift. The Acorn one. Well, I know they cost $5,000, honey, but think of the ADA lawsuits we could run into. Good God. This is oh my God. Thank God nobody in my life is this stupid. Ramps. Accessibility starts with the outside of your home. If your front door is only accessible via stairs, it's a good idea to look into installing a ramp because that's not expensive. Because, people who aren't disabled just, I know I bitch about people assuming that disabled people just have tons of money because their equipment is super expensive. It also bothers me that people assume that people who aren't disabled have tons of money just because they aren't disabled and therefore must have amazing jobs. Like, no. Like, what do you want a fucking blue collar person in a row house to do? Where are they supposed to put the ramp? Sorry. You're gonna have to squeeze past my car. I know it's on the ramp. I don't really have much of a choice. But look, you can get up the stairs. Let's just pick your wheelchair up and I'll like throw it through the tiny gap between the car and the ramp. Like, what the fuck? Wait, Brown ability states all Brown ability. Okay. States all ramps should be at least 36 inches wide, but some states require a higher minimum. The ramp cannot be longer than third. Then hold on. Hold on. The ramp cannot be longer than 30 feet without a rest platform. Without a rest platform. Okay, 36 inches is 3 feet wide. That's a meter wide for my European friends. Okay? And Canadian friends who don't also know the. Anyway, so people who have never met a disabled person in their life are supposed to just run out and grab a 3-foot wide, 30-foot long, including rest platform, fucking wheelchair ramp to install just in case. Hey, disabled people who support this nonsense, you are clearly missing a few chromosomes and you should be institutionalized, all right? I'm sorry. That's the nicest way I can put it. Large entryways. Yes, let's remodel our home's front entrance now. That we've installed the 3-foot wide, 30-foot long ramp with a platform. This is amazing. This is amazing. All of this is okay. One of the key ways to increase accessibility in your home is by widening all doorways and entryways, both inside and outside the home, according to True Style. The American Disability Act, ADA, mandates a door opening no less than 32 inches wide, while the height of the door opening must reach an opening or a height of 80 inches. Um, the ADA also states the thresholds for exterior sliding doors must not exceed the 3/4 height rule. Oh, the 3/4 inch. I owe the step. Oh my god. Okay, so you're supposed to make sure all of your doorways are wide. Easy access doors. So, okay. It seems obvious having accessible doors in your home for people with disabilities, but have you considered all doors? Of course, the front door, bedroom doors, and the door to the bathroom are important, but you can't forget about the closet, pantry, and cabinets. The United Disability Services Foundation recommends lower cabinets without doors, and closets and pantries should use bifold and sliding doors for easy access. All bifold doors should use no more than 5 pounds for ease of access, and all handles should be 36 inches above the ground. So, people with disabilities shouldn't have cupboard doors, according to the United States Disabilities Foundation. This is ridiculous bullshit. This is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. Bathroom upgrades. Oh, yeah, okay. According to Convenient Height, most injuries take place in the bathroom. The majority occur while sitting down and getting up from the toilet. And one third happen in the shower. To avoid toilet injuries, the American Disabilities Act has guidance for accessible design requires a 17 to 19-inch distance from the top of the toilet to the floor for adults, and an 11 to 17 inches for the children. Additionally, all children must include a grab bar. What, do you want there to be two toilets? One for kids and one for adults? Both with grab bars? And grab bars for showers too? Nobody should have cupboard doors. I gotta eat now. All right, let's see. ADA Solutions suggests roll-in showers for wheelchairs and transfer type showers for those who are able to walk but need to sit down during their shower. How do we? But this is okay, but this is for people whose homes aren't like, do you not think that people with disabilities would already know at least some of these things or would be researching the things that they would want or need to make their homes accessible? Like, this article is clearly written for people who have not been exposed to the disabled. So, why in the name of God would they need to make their homes accessible for the disabled? Because if they know about disabled people and have them in their lives, they would know about these things. At least some of them. I am blind and do not require any of the things that have been listed here, but I know about all of them. So to sit here and write this article the way it's written, as though you're writing to people who do not know any disabled people, you are suggesting by now we are reaching close to $100,000 in home upgrades for people who do not know disabled people. This is ridiculous. Reachable appliances. Art of Drawers explains that while it isn't required by law to make kitchen appliances accessible for people with disabilities, it's still a common courtesy. How about the only appliances that should be made accessible for the people with disabilities are the fucking appliances the disabled people are using? So, like, I don't know, the ones in their own homes, or the ones they use in homes of their, I don't know, their parents or something. This is stupid. Stair lifts. Oh, I called it! If your home has multiple levels, Lifeway Mobility suggests installing a stair lift so people with disabilities can access each floor. Keep in mind that a chairlift and stair lifts are not the same thing. According to Williams Lift Co., a stair lift is a lift that helps someone right up the stairs, while a chairlift is a platform that is designed specifically for holding wheelchairs. Unlike the stair lift, the chairlift is only designed to go one level. They're still ridiculously expensive. Oh my god, this is stupid. Holy crap, it's okay. Let's see. I think we have one more. Yes. And I believe it's a video. Okay. Let's see here. Share screen. Chrome tab. Okay, so this is another global news story. And I grabbed it because I kind of identified it with it because it's about disabled parents. So I wanted to see what they had to say here. It is a video. Parents with disabilities want more accessibility in society. So we're going to take a quick look at this here and make sure it's okay.
Marjorie, your son was 16 months old when you acquired your disability. What happened?
I was in a car. I was going back to Montreal from up north in the Laurentian, and my car hit black ice just at the moment when there was a larger truck coming the other way. And so there was an impact and I lost control and became paraplegic in a second. I basically lost sensation from anything under my armpits to my toes. And I talk sensation, but also motor skills. So I can't move anything below my armpits.
Unlike parents who are born with disabilities and that's all they know, you were an able-bodied parent first, and then you got your disability. What was that like mentally and emotionally for you as a parent?
That was really difficult, actually, because I was going through rehab, sort of learning about what my body was able to do now with whatever was left with my control. It was a huge challenge to realize that I became from a very independent woman raising my child on my own to someone who actually now required a lot of support and help from my parents.
What were some of the challenges that you initially faced as a parent with disability in terms of things that an able-bodied parent wouldn't even think twice about, but really brought you some difficulty?
It's accessibility. It's terrible. We don't think about parents with physical disability in our world. It's not constructed in arenas, anything that's family oriented, arenas, libraries, pools. It's like we expect that parents are all able-bodied. I think we need to rethink how we do our environments and how we really include everybody in those environments.
Your son is now 11 years old. What is the parenting process like for you now?
I don't require help anymore in terms of anything physical. It's more the preteen. So I wish I could have sort of a magic wand on how to, cure the attitude and the rolling of the eyes. But there's no more changing diapers, and he can shower on his own. So I don't need to do much in that respect. So that's very helpful.
Is there a narrative that you would like to change surrounding parents with
I apologize. Chrome crashed. The lady was just saying that it's about accessibility, and it's true. Now, she deals with different accessibility challenges, like taking her son to, I would guess, like a sports arena or the pool, or the library. Now, the library and an arena, if there was like a way through the parking lot, I could go and do. And I do know where the library is locally here. Pools, I'm with her, but for different reasons. I can get to the pool, but because public pools are usually so loud, I just don't even try to take the kids there by myself, because I would, it wouldn't be easy to hear them. For me, there's a lot of accessibility issues when it comes to my kids' work, like schoolwork, for example. And that's why I hope that Google Classroom continues to get used, because it's actually accessible and I can see what, if anything, is being put into Classroom and what they're working on. Permission forms and stuff, like if Pink Hollow is gone for work, like I have to ask the teachers to help me find the signature spot, because it's just not accessible. And there's a lot of blind parents I know that also face that problem, paperwork issues and stuff like that. It's very, very hard, accessibility wise. So she is right. I just wish that they had spoken to more than just her. I wish they had gotten the perspective of, some more than just one disabled person. Well, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. I thank you all for watching. If you have Twitch, be sure to start following blind_press over there, because I really do think, since YouTube has decided that it's just gonna not even bother to monetize any reaction channels. That would include what I'm doing. I'm just thinking I'm gonna go over to Twitch starting next week. So this, I'm gonna keep doing this over here this week. Catch Beat the Blind Girl on Twitch tomorrow night and Thursday night. But yeah, if YouTube's gonna pull that bullshit, I will just do the live streams on Twitch, and we'll record like the VODs and shit and upload them and all that. Cause yeah, YouTube apparently doesn't like its creators. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing 4th of July, and thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you on Twitch tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Bye guys.